Are you tired of performing standard routine tasks in your daily life and you want to do some automation without writing any codes for free? Actually, you can do that using Microsoft Power Automate. And I'm going to tell you today how easily you can do that. Interesting, right? Keep watching. Hi everyone, my name is Raj and welcome to Stay Productive. If you want to be more productive and smart at your work, just subscribe this channel and ring the bell icon to see more interesting videos. Without any further delay, let's get started. In our daily routine life, using a lot of applications for emails, cloud storage, task management, interacting with our teams, social media, and much more. But the problem is, most of these tools won't talk to each other. We always try to move some information from one to another application every day manually, right? But not anymore. To make our life easier and smart, there is a tool from Microsoft available called Power Automate, and that helps to automate the interaction between these tools and perform some actions automatically. And the great thing is, it is absolutely free with hundreds of standard connectors. In this Power Automate series, I'll start with a basic introduction followed by simple to complex automated flows. Without any further delay, let's see the basic introduction today. To get access to this tool, you need to go to the website called office.com and sign in with your Microsoft free account. You can use your Office 365 account as well, which most of the organization are signed up for their employees. In this example, I will log in with my Microsoft developer account I created for my learning and sharing. Once you logged into this page, you will see the list of applications you have access with this account. And if you click more tools, then you will find the Power Automate in the list, which was called as flow earlier. Just click that and that takes you to the Power Automate page. And in the main screen, if you click the templates, then you will see thousands of free templates. You can simply use it. And the best way to explore the different way of using this Power Automate are by just looking at the templates. We can also create our own flow from scratch. To do that, just click this Create tab. With a free account, you will have access to create these three type of flows. Automated flow. You can use this when you need a flow to trigger based on an event happens. For example, when you receive an email, when you have been assigned a task, new file has been created in your OneDrive or a common SharePoint page, etc. Instant flow. You can use this flow when you want to manually trigger any time in a click of a button. Scheduled flow. You can use this when you want to run a flow on a timely basis. For example, extract some key data from the large data set on a regular basis, or send some reports to your manager on a regular frequency, and so on. Let's kick off this series with a very simple example. I have a scenario here where I want to create an online product service request for my customers and upload these into a SharePoint list and assign it to the relevant service engineer. Considering this series is to focus on how to use the Power Automate, I'll skip the form and SharePoint list creation part. But if you are interested in knowing how to create those as well, please comment me below and I'll cover that in a separate video for you. Okay, so we have our service request form and the SharePoint list ready. Now we are going to create the flow to automate the scenario we explained. In this case, I want to run the flow every time when a form is submitted by the customer. So I click create and choose automated flow and type in the name for my flow. Let's say service request process. And here we need to choose the trigger event of this flow. In our case, we need to trigger the flow whenever someone submitted a service request using the form we created. So we have our trigger at the top in here, which is when a new response is submitted in Microsoft Forms. So I choose that and click create. And this screen where we create the flow step by step as we need. As you see here, the first step has been created based on the trigger we chose in the previous screen. In here, now I'm going to choose a form I created before from this drop down. And the next step is to get the form response into the flow. So I click new step and search Microsoft Form. That will bring us the list of actions available under the Forms connector. I click that And in this case, we have only one action, which is get response detail. Once I selected it, it will ask us to choose a form ID again, which is the same we chose in the first step. And also the unique response ID, which will be dynamic when every time a new response is submitted. When we click into this field, it will open a pop-up menu where we can choose the dynamic content from the previous step. As you can see here, it shows the previous step title. In this case, it is only one, and the available dynamic content from the previous step is the response ID, which is exactly what we needed here, and we selected that. So now this step will collect all the responses submitted by the customer. And our next action is to collect the response into our SharePoint list, which we created earlier. So add a new step and type SharePoint, and under the list of actions, I choose create item. In here, I'm going to choose my SharePoint site address from the drop-down menu. And under the list name, I'm going to choose my SharePoint list name I created earlier. That will bring in all the fields available in the selected SharePoint list. Now the job is so simple. Just choose which answers from the form needs to be captured in the which field in the SharePoint list. I'm going to quickly do that. And I click save. Perfect. We are done with the flow actually. Now we need to test it out. We have our option in here to do the test. I click that and it asks me to perform the trigger action. So let me fill the form quickly as a test. Let me fill in all the fields available in the form quickly. So once I submitted the form and I come back to this flow, it says your flow runs successfully. Let's quickly verify that. I go to my SharePoint list and now I can see the service requested created here automatically by the Power Automate. Great. We created our first flow successfully. In the next video, I'll take you to the next level where we can add some conditions inside the flow to assign to a different service engineers based on a service type the customer wants. Hope you all enjoyed the session, and if you really like the video, just click the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to ring the bell icon to get notified about the next videos. Thank you and see you soon.